Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. Because this is Forged in Fire and we like to throw curveballs at people, in the first round of competition today, you'll be using these. Mining tools. So choose your mining tools wisely because all of these tools are made from different types of steel. Your 3-hour forge time starts now.
We have the option of using 1085 carbon, but I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna do a forge weld. It's still more beneficial for me to go with an unknown source of steel than to spend my time possibly doing a forge weld that might not have a good hardened spine.
Come on, baby, get hot.
Interesting. He's putting the whole pickaxe head into the forge.
My plan is to use the back spike as a handle. That saves me the trouble of having to go to the bandsaw and cut it off. I've got a built-in handle, why not use it?
I like to hope that he's going to try stretching one end of that pickaxe out, see how much he can get out of it.
I'm not going to try and forge weld. I trust this steel better than I do my time management.
My plan is whack the metal really hard. My concerns is that I'm only using one metal, but I'm doing what I feel comfortable with.
After I've got the blade profile the way I want it, I start drilling holes for my dowels to go through. The bits are screaming. Oh my gosh. So two things are going on. Either the bit is very dull or my blade's already hard.
Storm, grabbing a new drill bit.
I've probably got 10 or 15 minutes into drilling one hole.
There he goes.
All right.
I'm loving this power hammer. This thing does in seconds what it would take me hours and lots of aspirin to do. I feel great. Woo!
I don't have a power hammer at home. I've never even seen one. I prefer to hammer shape it. I remember my great-grandfather pouring water onto his homemade anvil and hitting it, and that's what symbolized the blacksmith to me. I'm gonna try and stand out by doing something with a little bit more of my style, which is more of an artist's approach.
Yeah, he's just marking that blade up.
I like it.
I'm trying to create something a little bit more artistic. I think straight lines complement curves.
He's putting some part of himself in there, the look.
Something that's a little bit more imperfect, but handmade.
Storm is just quenched.
Everything seems good, but there's a slight warp. I don't want to turn in a warped blade. That's just one reason for me to go home. If I do a 3-prong pinch in the vise, I might be able to take this warp out. I'm grabbing a torch and I'm trying to get this thing back straight. Ha ha! It's straight, and I just feel so relieved.
I'm getting ready to quench the blade. I'm nervous, I've got butterflies, the adrenaline's pumping. I've got tunnel vision. I can't see what's going on around me. Everything looks straight. I don't see any cracks. Thank you, Lord.
Neil's in the quench.
I really enjoy the fact of a knife being shaped about 80–85% of what its end result is going to be. But my biggest concern is that they don't like my style. Like it's a little too primitive or it's a little too unfinished for them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmith, shut down your machines, drop your tools. Your forging time is over.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the strength test. You each get 3 coconuts, 1 shot each. Remember, this is not about what happens to the coconuts, it's about what happens to your knife. Neil, you're up first. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Neil, it chopped cleanly. It felt comfortable. Got a little bit of a curve to the blade, but you had that before. Your edge held up fine. Nice job, Neil.
Thank you. Being from Hawaii, if I had a knife that didn't cut a coconut, I would never hear the end of it.
Ready, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Dan, I was concerned because you have a much thinner edge here, but apparently you dialed the heat treat in just right. You did take some of our advice by reducing some of this thickness here. I wish it had been a bit more because you have that bend in the blade. It's not in line with my hand, but it held up tight. Nice job, Dan.
Thank you.
Storm, what are you thinking?
I'm nervous, very nervous.
Well, we're gonna do it anyway.
Yes, sir. My heart's beating out of my chest.
Storm, we've got some definite edge damage, some chipping and rolling. I'm worried that all of that over-forging, continually heating, straightening, might have pulled some of the strength out of your blade. Your handle stayed tight, though. I appreciate the fact that you have, that little bit of belly on there that helps me hold on to it. Didn't hold up 100%, but you still did a very nice job.
Thank you kindly.
To test the sharpness of your blade, I will take your blade and slash across these ratchet straps. Neil, you're up first. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Well, Neil, it's nice that you made the little adjustments that we requested. Your little finger weld there did not get in the way. It's very smooth, but it feels good in the hand. Overall, your blade will cut.
Right on.
Good job. Dan, you're up next. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Dan, let's talk about your blade. Your handle. I like the way it feels. It's got a good grip, nice finger swell right there so I can hold on to your blade. It's sliced nicely, it feels good in the hand. But when you look at it, you still have a slight warp to that. But overall, your blade will cut.
Thank you.
All right, Storm, it's your turn. You ready?
More than ever.
Let's do this. Good. Okay, Storm, let's talk about your blade. It is one of the smoothest handles we've ever had from a second round. Good job on that.
Thank you.
Here's some of the issues, though. It's a small handle. When you're working with blades that are bigger than your hand, it becomes blade heavy. You start chopping and hitting around it, it wants to leave the hand because it's so smooth. Your blade here almost has serrations now. It grabbed onto the ratchet straps and cut all the way through. Overall, your blade will cut.
Waited a long time to hear that. Thank you.
Bladesmiths, the judges have made their final decision. It's time for one of you to leave the forge. Storm, your blade did not make the cut.
Storm, your energy and enthusiasm in the forge was amazing to watch. I mean, you've obviously got a passion for this, and you produced a fine piece. But the forging and the heat treat on your blade just couldn't stand up to the strength test with those coconuts, so that's why we have to send you home today.
Completely understood.
Storm, please surrender your blade.
Would have been nice to go further, but it's the way the cards fell, and that unfortunately led to me going home. Failure isn't fatal, and success isn't final. It's the courage that counts. So I'll keep living by that motto and moving forward.
Tonight on a special edition of Forged in Fire. Today we are honoring first responders, those who run toward danger when others are running away. Your first task is to work together to reveal your first round challenge. So let's go ahead and step forward on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What you see here is an old-timey fire rescue cart. Your job is to harvest the high carbon steel from the rescue tools on this cart and combine them with the mild steel from the ladder on this cart to make a Sanmai billet from which you will forge a tactical blade that is between 12 and 14 inches in length, and it should have a through tang design. Good luck, bladesmiths. Your 3 hours starts now.
We work together and we destroy those things quickly, and everybody has steel in no time.
As soon as I heard the parameters of the challenge, I know that I'm gonna make a tactical chopper. So first thing I do is I grab 2 crowbars. I know that if I cut these reasonably equal in half, that everybody's gonna have plenty of metal to make what they need to make.
My game plan for this knife is to make a K-bar because it's the essence of tactical. Marines use them, and that's tactical enough for me.
The plan is split this mild steel ladder in half, get it nice and clean. 2 on the outside, 2 on the outside, high carbon in the middle.
I decide what I'm going to do is a version of a drop point hunter. I've done a few sand mines. I haven't done a lot of them. With a little luck, I'll get it done.
My plan is to get my mild kind of flattened out, and then I'm going to wrap it around the outside of the hardenable steel, and then I'm going to weld it.
I'm going to bring everything up to welding temp and go over to the press and just squeeze it together. As we know with tacos, sometimes if you handle them wrong, you lose your filling, and I'm losing my filling.
Forrest didn't clean his steels before he started to weld this sand mine, so in my experience, it just doesn't allow the weld to take very well.
Reflex it, and I go over to Big Blue. I'm able to tap that in just nice. Now I'm in much better shape.
Can we do something easy? Yeah, please? Like save a life?
Every weld seems like it's set. I'm going to go to Big Blue, stretch it out a little bit, give me some length, but not too much because it's already pretty thin.
It's disappointing how long and narrow Chris's knife is. I would love to see more mass on it, to be honest with you.
I go over to the press and I start pressing the mild steel, and I realize that it has shifted.
That internal steel should be welded. You got to weld for Daddy.
If you've got a gap, there is a possibility you can get a cold shut in there. As long as my sides are good and welded, I'm okay. I can always grind off the top.
Britt's really going after that blade with that angle grinder.
Now it's time for heat treat. My biggest concern right now is that I've got differential metals that aren't welded perfectly, and they're gonna expand and contract at different rates. And I'm nervous because I really have no idea what's gonna happen. Good. Everything's looking pretty damn good. I am relieved beyond measure at the moment.
Chris over here heating up his oil, getting ready for the quench.
I got a blade that's ground, my bevels are in, I fixed a bunch of different things. It's time to go to heat treat.
Oh, yeah. Rock on.
I check it with a file, it skates. I'm putting saw teeth in on the spine to make it look more tactical and look a little more militaristic.
Pretty cool.
10 minutes!
As I'm normalizing, I'm noticing that every time I pull out, the blade is curving to one side.
You can see that warp just developing
Oh,
as the steel cools down.
This is not going to be good. I'm going to have a massive warp in this thing when I quench it.
All the grinding on the planet isn't going to fix that shit.
I'm thinking the best thing I can do is get it a little hotter on the non-warp side so it'll pull a little harder to that side. Pull my blade out. It's got a kink to the left.
God dang it.
That thing's warped like a ski.
So the only thing I can think of is to stick the knife back in the forge, edge up, and just get my edge at quench temp. I pull that thing out and the warp is there, but it's not nearly as bad. So I run over to the post vise.
Hell yeah. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work.
Sure enough, it's pretty straight. I can live with it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmith, shut down your machines, drop your tools. This first round of competition is over.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the strength test, the burning wood chop. To test the strength of your edge, I'll be chopping them into this burning wood. Remember, this test is all about what the wood does to your knives and not what your knives do to the wood. Forrest, you're up first. How you feeling?
Nervous, but I'm ready to go.
All right.
Number one thing that could go wrong with this blade, I'm concerned about catastrophic failure. Obviously, that's going to knock me out of the competition.
Well, Forrest, first things first, your edge held up great. I'm still seeing some delaminations from earlier, but it didn't cause any structural issues in this blade at all. Well done.
Awesome, thank you.
Chris, you're up next. You ready?
I am. Coming into this test, I feel very strong about my steel. My only concerns are the handle and where I didn't weld. that weld.
Well, Chris, I got an issue here. This is the spot, of course, where you welded your mild steel tang onto your existing tang. I just see the slightest of penetration in that weld. I mean, it's like it just came in from the insides and just didn't get deep enough.
Chris, your blade has suffered a catastrophic failure of the handle on the 5th strike, but that doesn't mean that you're out of this competition. If Britt's blade goes bad before 5 hits, you'll be moving forward this competition. Britt, how you feeling?
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Ben?
I know my blade's got to survive 5 strikes. I'm still concerned about my butt cap. Man, I really hope my blade holds together.
Well, Britt, you're on a one piece. The edge itself, for being such a fine grind on your knife here, it held up nicely. And I was sure this butt cap was going to come off.
I was seriously concerned it was going to come off myself.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bladesmiths, what we have here is 2 blades that can continue with testing. Chris, unfortunately, your blade cannot. For that reason, come on over.
I do feel that I proved what I wanted to prove by coming here.
Thanks. Good job, brother.
I made a solid blade, no damage to it. The only issue was the handle. I may not be the Forge and Fire champion, but I do feel that I did my fellow first responders justice.